Assetto Corsa Rally is launching version 0.4 of its early access today, and we're getting two rally cars that would truly deserve the title greatest of all time. On top of that, there is the surprising opportunity to now experience the familiar stages in Wales and Alsace with snow. The fact that the dynamic weather system goes this far will likely shape the future of AC Rally and all the locations yet to come, and is to date an absolute unique selling point of Supernova's rally sim. Then there is the return of a familiar face from the rally scene, collaborating with AC Rally, another great surprise. In the video, I'll share my impressions and some helpful tips hopefully on the new cars, the Subaru and the Peugeot, and talk about more changes in 0.4, as well as a new FIA Rally Esports Championship in AC Rally.
4, 3, 2, 1, go!
And with that, welcome back to Overtake. I'm Michel, and when I first heard in the AC Rally community QA that the first Subaru was coming to the game, I was over the moon. I've always been fascinated by these blue cars with gold rims. They've been just as influential in real motorsport since the 90s as they have been in rally games. The Impreza even graced the cover of the first Colin McRae rally. If you remember that, you are one of us. Someone who loves either rally, racing, cars, or sim racing, or maybe all together. If that's true, subscribing to our channel is a must. Almost 70% of you haven't done so yet, by the way. It's one click of yours, maybe the second after liking the video, but it means a world to us and supports what we do here. Thank you so much. In my own automotive journey, I've immersed myself in the world of Subaru like no other, and I've had the chance to drive a few of the brand's special cars in real life, even including the legendary 22B. The first generation Impreza, called the GC8, is by far my favorite. In that regard, I was particularly pleased that Supernova released the 1993 Impreza S3 as Subaru's first model. The absolute original with the license plate L555BAT, which laid the foundation for further successes and Colin McRae's 1995 World Championship title. The EJ20 2-liter Boxer Turbo, which was still relatively new at the time, remained relevant for over 30 more years, can you believe it, and was still in use in the BRZ GT300 for the Japanese GT series until 2025. The characteristic Boxer rumble, caused by unequal length headers, comes through very well in AC Rally. In the replay, it feels like you're watching a real historic rally. Goosebumps guaranteed. Inside the car in the interior cam, there are many other noises present, and the engine sound doesn't come through quite as well.
3, 2, 1, go, go, 3 left, tightens, 3 left, 40, keep right, 3 left, don't cut, and flat right, 6 left, 80.
Supernova's audio designer isn't 100% satisfied yet either, and here's the kicker. He's an Impreza owner himself and wants to make it as perfect as possible. Well, that doesn't surprise me at all, because every aspect of AC Rally literally screams that enthusiasts are at work here. The fact that all the cars, with their, once again, incredibly detailed 3D models, are constantly present in the menus or in the service park, and that you can hover the camera around them at any time further strengthens the connection to the individual cars. It's an element and feature that I really like about AC Rally. Looking at the Subaru specs, you might think it's a simpler, beginner-friendly car. Compact, all-wheel drive, 300 horsepower, front and rear limited slip differentials, center diff. But there's a reason why its in-game difficulty rating is closer to expert level. This thing is pretty stubborn and hard to drive, especially when you use it the way it's meant to be used, with a clutch and H shifter. It's especially the power distribution of the differentials and the feel for how to engage them with clutch and throttle input to transfer the power ideally to the tires and ultimately the road. Especially when launching or accelerating out of tight corners on asphalt, you notice that the car stutters a bit in first gear if you don't release the clutch with some finesse. I think it's fantastic how AC Rally captures the unique characteristics and handling of the cars so vividly. Neither Richard Burns Rally nor the Codemasters Rally titles managed to do to that extent, in my opinion. It makes the digital car feel as real and alive as possible. Speaking about Codemasters, their former employee and WRC driver Jon Armstrong joined the AC Rally project in March to help with his real-world experience to improve physics and handling of the cars. Some of his advice was already implemented now to further improve the car's behavior. Biggest area were the tires and their grip levels on wet roads and snow so far, especially the transition of slip angle towards controllability when the car grips should feel a bit more natural now. While it looks and feels right somehow, I'm still missing a little bit of that feel in the force feedback, though for front tire grip or understeer, that still feels a bit numb. Even though the feel for road and suspension is really good. It's quite similar to Le Mans Ultimate in that regard, interestingly. And that's even more true for the second car of the update. Let's talk about the Peugeot 306 Mark II Maxi F2 Kit Car and why it's special. By the mid-1990s, Peugeot was rebuilding its rally identity after the glory years of the Peugeot 205 Turbo 16. Instead of immediately chasing outright world rally car dominance, the brand turned to the newly formed F2 Kit Car category, introduced in 1995. Raced in one of the most fiercely competitive classes ever, this Peugeot was a heavy hitter. The F2 kit cars were not your average kit car thrown together in the garage somewhere. These were out-and-out WRC car killers. But only on tarmac, since, plot twist, it's front-wheel drive. As per the rules of the F2 kit cars class, the 306 features a 2-liter naturally aspirated inline-4, one of the most high-revving engines Rally has ever seen, producing 300 horsepower at about 10,000 RPM.
Go, go, 3 left, tightens, 3 left, 40, keep right, 3 left, don't cut, and flat right, 6 left, 80.
AC Rally captured this madness pretty well. When I drove the first few meters, I honestly had to laugh out loud. The power, the RPM, and having all of that on the front axle is absolutely insane. You wonder how anyone could ever come up with the idea to build something like this. And I love every bit of it. Driving this actually feels like you're steering a motor with an axle that's just dragging the rest of the car behind it, and you're always having to watch out when braking so the rear doesn't overtake you. And that's basically exactly what happens. Colin McRae's quote, "If in doubt, flat out," was never more true, because as long as you are on the throttle, you will mostly be fine as the car then settles. Maybe not, but it's pretty wild. I don't know any car that requires so much aggressive and smooth driving at the same time. But as I said, the forces of the front wheels ripping on the drive shaft could be a bit more present in the actual force feedback. Race-Through modeled that quite well on the FWD touring cars. As expected, the Peugeot rips on tarmac rallies. I had a little showdown of the Impreza versus the 306 Maxi, and the latter is easily 3 seconds ahead on a short stage like this in Alsace. Lesser weight, super short gears, and a general higher speed help the Peugeot to overcome the Subi's AWD advantage. But this of course changes on snow and gravel. Supernova has also brought a new partner on board for the 306 Maxi, IKE Racing. This Italian company is a true specialist in the field, bringing the 306 back to life in the present day. In that regard, it's no surprise to see such attention to detail and originality, including the option to control the front and rear brake cylinders individually in the setup, instead of using a fixed brake balance value. Depending on the stage layout and above all the topography, it can certainly make sense to vary this slightly to stabilize the rear end during braking or to find a better overall balance. Our Connor had a detailed article about the 306 Maxi on our website overtake.gg with more trivia and stories around the car. It's a nice read. It is linked down below in the video description alongside other resources. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you can now also drive the existing stages in Wales and Alsace in snowy conditions. This naturally adds a whole new level of depth and variety to these stages. Unfortunately, tire temps are still disabled in general or fixed in the current build, as they are still working on that feature. There aren't any dedicated snow gravel tires with spikes or anything available for the gravel rally in Wales yet, but the regular gravel tires work pretty well there too, but it's naturally a slower and more cautious experience. By the way, the Skoda Rally 2 that you're seeing here from 0.3 has received a few minor visual and audio tweaks. The snow in Alsace looks great too, especially if you already know the stages well. You have a slight advantage in surviving it. Unfortunately, I haven't yet found a way to drive on a completely snow-covered surface, neither in Wales nor in Alsace. You can still see and feel a bit of the tarmac or gravel. It would be even nicer if the starting snow level at 100 would mean an actual full snow coverage of the road, but that's not yet the case. Finally, there was some news yesterday that really surprised me personally. A major step forward for competitive rally sim racing has been confirmed, as Assetto Corsa Rally has been selected as the official platform for the FIA's brand new global esports initiative. At the heart of the announcement is the FIA Esports Global Rally Tour, a new international competition. This begins on May 12th already, with a global online qualifier hosted within Assetto Corsa Rally. From there, 56 of the fastest drivers worldwide will progress, split across 6 locations. There are even offline events in Macau and Shanghai. If you want to learn more about all the details in more depth, we also got it on our website, overtake.gg. So overall, these news with esports, with Jon Armstrong and future plans and this 0.4 update, this marks another major milestone for AC Rally, and the future hopefully still looks bright for us rally fans, as we are about to lose the online clubs in Dirt Rally 2.0. It's just a question of time when this game will disappear from the stores. Even though AC Rally still has a long way to go, the quality of the cars and stages that we already got is so high that I'm not too concerned about quantity. Mastering that Impreza on all existing stages will take many hours, so for the Peugeot as well, of course. So for beginners and also experts, there's a lot of enjoyable seat time already in 0.4, I would say, to also finish all of the challenges and events and such. Do you have things in mind that are still missing or that you would like to see? Maybe when it comes to features or additional small things, maybe for an online mode? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. In case you missed the other Assetto Corsa's big latest update for Assetto Corsa Evo 0.6, you could watch this video here. Enjoy the rest of your week and see you next time. Bye bye.